What is up, beautiful growers? We are back today with another informational video, and today we're going to talk about hair type and texture. Similar to knowing your hair porosity, knowing your hair texture is critical in selecting the proper products for your hair. So we're going to learn a lot today, and then you're going to be armed with all the materials to go out there and get the best product for your hair type. All right, you ready to dive in? All right, oh, also, since this is coming after the hair porosity video and we're talking about hair porosity, I hope that you go back and watch the hair porosity video if you haven't watched that yet, because you're gonna need to know both of these things, okay? Ready? You learned something. We're gonna do some more hair science, if you will. All right, so, well, before we do science, we're gonna do some history. The purpose of this is to give information to find out what your hair texture is, but we're definitely breaking barriers down in terms of judgment based on what your hair texture is. All hair textures are good hair textures. Healthy hair is good hair, and that is the goal that we are trying to achieve here. Andre Walker is a hairstylist for the celebrities from the 90s. He worked with a number of famous people at that time, and he created this chart in order to best serve his clients. So, here we go, diving into the chart. 1 is straight hair, 2 is wavy, 3 is curly, and 4 is coily to kinky. So these are all the different hair textures. Within each hair type, you have 3 subsets, and it goes A, B, C. So as we move from A to C in the category, we go from a thinner strand density, like that one piece of hair itself, to a thicker hair density. So over here, she thick. That's for the straight hair. As you go to the wavy and coily, it doesn't always mean that the hair strand thickness increases. Sometimes it is just the tightness of the curl pattern. You may have more than one hair texture in your head at the same time. I'm kind of all of the range of 3. I've got some looser curls that are kind of not that defined, and then I also have, like, particularly like in the back of my head here, I have really coiled, like a more defined corkscrew type of definition of a curl. Don't feel that you have to only describe your hair as one letter, one number. It can be multiple, and it can be different in different places. So don't feel limited. Feel free to use the entire chart to describe any part of your head. That is what the purpose of it is for, is to just make the conversation easier to describe the hair type that you have. There's also hair density. That is how much hair is, like, say you take a square inch of your head. How many hairs are in that square inch? If they're spaced further apart, you have it's a thinner density. And if they're really tightly packed and you can't see your scalp, like if you were to pull it back, if you see more scalp through, it's thinner, and if you don't see any scalp, you've got a thicker density of hair. And these are all different tools that you can use when trying to accurately give a description to someone else for your hair if they're doing your hair, or if you just are buying your hair products and the description on the bottles give you clues as to what will work best for your hair type. With each hair type, there are going to be different products that are going to work best for that hair type. Also, once again, keeping in mind hair porosity. So it's going to be twofold. Keep both of those things in mind, and then you'll get the best results. So, for hair type 1, straight hair, generally hair like this, you don't need to use very heavy or thicker density products, because that hair shaft is straight, and they tend to have product buildup. If you put products that are too greasy, heavy in oils, or like say a butter would not be for a straight type of hair. It would weigh that hair down. For example, for type 1 hair, we would recommend using a clarifying shampoo to help get rid of some of that buildup that's going to happen more frequently, because products will tend to build up a little bit more on straight types of hair. and light oils as well, and using them sparingly, not using large amounts. Other products on the Organic Grow website that we recommend are like a hairdo, things that are light, that will give moisture, but not take away from the lightness of the hair as well. So for hair type 2, that is a wavier texture, and you can start to use a little bit more hold and more moisture, because that hair type will start to need more moisture. We would recommend the Mega Moisture Mousse. This is a lighter product, but it still gives some styling hold and also gives some moisture to the hair so that you're not going to be stuck with flat, frizzy, or overly styled hair. So this is a good medium for wavy hair. For hair type 3, the Moisture Milk and the Curling Custard work very well, and also the GrowPoo is good for giving that moisture. So you would put this on first, then you could add the Moisture Milk and seal it off with the Curling Custard. And then also sometimes I like to put a little oil on the ends just to kind of close off the ends too. Layering is definitely going to be key also when you're talking about the 4 type hair texture, because you're going to want to add the moisture in and then seal it off. This is also called the LOC method, liquid oil cream, but usually people do it in the liquid cream and sometimes ending with the oil too, and you can do it either direction. So for the 4 type hair, we would recommend you starting off with wet hair, then adding in some moisture with the GrowPoo, and then closing it with the butter. This is a thicker texture that it provides that lock in of the moisture so that it isn't evaporating away throughout the day and your hair is staying moisturized and hydrated and healthy looking throughout the day. Another product we recommend for more textured hair between 2, 3, and 4, and especially 3 and 4, is using a product like the Grow Wash. This is a conditioning cleanser. It removes product buildup in between washes and keeps your moisture in your hair. So you can refresh those curls, but know that they're going to be staying hydrated and moisturized. So keep in mind when you are adding heat or chemical styling to your hair that if you want to go back to that original curl pattern that you have to make sure to give it a lot of TLC, give it protein treatments, give it moisturizing, deep conditioning treatments to get that hair back to its original hair texture type. So now that we've gone front, back, side to side, all around through the woods to grandmother's house on this hair chart, we have the best tools to properly describe your hair type and get the best products for your hair type. To have the hair of your dreams, whether it be straight, curly, coily, whatever you want, wavy, all of that. Healthy hair is good hair, and that's what we are aiming for. Before you head out, click that like video if you liked this video, comment below if you have any other suggestions for future videos or any tips and tricks that you want to learn about in the future. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back and hang out with me next time. We're gonna be best friends, I know it already. All right, happy growing, and we're rooting for you. I'll see you next time.